I decided I want to play around with some redstone for a little bit, and I've kind of thought that I want to make a regular player house, but haunted like, because that's fun. So once I get this little area cleared off here, and I'll actually start building. Might not be a big house, but it'll have whatever could be, really needed for a house. Let's fill that in. So I'm gonna start with basic layout. Something like this. I'm gonna want. I can turn on cheat real quick if I remember how. Time. Yeah. Okay. And so to begin with, I probably want to do the lights. That's going to be easiest. And then this here's the roof. It's just gonna be square for now, but I'll fix it later, make it look nice. Now, for what I want to do with the lights, I'm not sure if it's even possible, but I want to attempt it. There's, obviously redstone clocks that you can make and just, repeat the same thing. But I want to figure out how to turn it on and off when it, starts and stops it. And I am no redstone wizard. The basic one that I know, if I do this really quick, this will be the fastest one that I can do. Wrong thing. Destroy that, and then, so you do that. Oh, wrong one. And that's not flickering. Okay. Maybe it needs to be slower. Will that work? Should. This used to make the lights flicker. Maybe... No? Why would that be changed though? That's... Maybe it's still going too fast for it. No? Okay, as slow as I can. Okay, that makes it flicker. Very slowly. Does that work? Yeah. But I can't make it... That's a little bit faster. Okay. So that's working now. But I want to be able to turn this here on and off. Like when somebody opens the door or a chest, it starts doing this. So, just leave that ready for now. How could I do that? Oh, hold on. That should be simple. Because I just need to have a sticky piston somewhere. Hold on, I did that right. Just need to have a sticky piston somewhere. I realized the flaw in that, hold on. I'll get this eventually. So you have a sticky piston somewhere to where, turn that off. This does that bit, and then it could be instantly retracted. That all stays on. So what if it just does it fast enough? Like, oh, hold on. I had that. Flicked it once too many. Yeah, okay. But how do I get the signal to turn off now? Because this just ends it and it's not reusable. So, how would I get the signal to go back to this state? I don't know. Come on. Because I can't just place lever, turn that off again. It's just on forever now. Unless I were to destroy one of these and then replace it. But I don't think there's anything that can replace redstone. This right here would just spit it out. Alright. Yeah. About target blocks. I know they do redstone stuff, but what exactly do they do? They don't carry signal. Okay. Or do they carry signal? Okay. Now let's just place one here. Destroy that. So then that would keep it on. Then that would do that. So this itself does not produce redstone. It only keeps the signal going. So if I wonder... Oh, hold on. Do that. Extend this and destroy that. It is now always on. And that sends it to loop. And then you pull this back and it's off. So then if I extend this, that keeps it powered. Then this, retract this, and then this back and forth really fast. Okay, getting somewhere. But now I need to figure out how to sequence that correctly. Get rid of that. Lever over here. Redstone dust needs to go first straight to this piston to extend that, okay? But then I need that to retract. So then I need to unpower this. And do that with just the repeater. So turn that off. Turn that on. That gives me a little bit of delay. Put this here. Hold on. Or do I need the repeater to be here? Super slow. That. It's fast. That makes more sense. Okay, now I just need to figure out how to make this one automatically retract like instantly. I have another sticky piston here. I power it and they're instant. And then also redstone to here, then back. So then if I would redstone to here, okay, hold on. I may be figuring this out, I also may not. Turn the whole thing off. I just need that one to flick back on. So maybe if I were to, oh, I need my button blocks. And I do not. Maybe if I were to take this signal here, carry it back over with repeaters, I can make it then slow enough to reactivate this in time. Take this up here, and just kinda, no, do that. There. Oh, I made an, May just not work. Hold on. Because of that. And then I managed to figure out how to keep that piston extended. What did I break? Let's pull that back. That back off. What did I do? Break that. Okay. Okay, I don't know what I did. Extend everything. Extend, I don't have that. Okay. So, I connected something together by accident. Now, alright. So, what if I just do this? What will that do? Okay. I think I'm making this more complicated than it has to be here. Quickly extend that. Okay, I need like a break in the circuit. Somehow. I need something to stop this from extending after this is extended. I also need some way to make it retract. How do people do this? Okay, so this will power it. And then this can push it that way. Alright. Did I just... Did I just figure this out? On accident? Okay, so just flicking it can either turn on and off the light. Okay, but if you do it fast enough, it flickers. What did I do? What? Okay, so what's going on here? Just turn it all off. Is it off? Okay. So all this redstone is constantly powered. By something, I guess. So I flick it this way. Oh no, that's when it turns off. Okay. So with the light off, this this lever is keeping keeping this piston extended, which doesn't really do anything. But since it has these repeaters, it stays extended long enough for this to pull back to activate this piston to power the light, like so. It doesn't really matter if you do it slow, but if you flick it fast, like that, then it'll start flickering because this goes back fast enough to allow for it to not fully complete the circuit, but this stays up and so it completes it. And then does it only work from the off? It does. Okay. Light on. Okay. So it depends on the amount of flips. Yeah. Okay. Alright. So now I just need to get this to actually hook up to something, which may or may not be simple. So I want to hide all this redstone, you know? So what I think I'll do is I think I'll actually add a few more lights into this circuit here. I gotta find the center of this little area here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so it does not have a direct center. But where can I make it work? 1, 2, 3. Alright, here, right? And I add on from this to go around to here. And I put a repeater on that one. Make this one time differently, and also a repeater here. So now all lights are off. All lights are flickering. Well, that one doesn't, but that's fine. Okay. Lights on. But oh, hold on. Okay, lights are on. Chest. Does this not make enough signal? It's a trap chest. So try repeater. There we go. So that turned the lights off. turn them on. So lights go off when you do that, but you gotta be really fast. What about a button? Does that do it fast enough? No button. It'll briefly turn the lights off, but it won't ever. Pressure plate. Pressure plate at least make the lights flicker. Stand on it, turn the lights off. Okay. So hold on, it was easier to do this with the lights the other direction. But I don't think this would work then. Yeah. Destroy that. For the lights on, it was 3 clicks, right? Yep. And then lights off is only 2 clicks. So I need this to work with like the press of a button, I think. So what is do I need to perhaps change that to get the timing right? No. Wait, no, this just needs to be slower, doesn't it? Just a little bit slower. Oh, wait, that straight needs to stay on. This is the one that needs to break, that's why, like that. But maybe it'll work now, though. Okay, so what now? It's still because who would flicker the lights just like twice or 3 times? Come on, what do I need to do? I need to find a way for this to stay extended. It's gonna be too much. This power that from there. It will not. So that one has to be. Oh, if I put that there, what'll it do? Unpowered. So if I go power that, it comes up here. This could be activated. This like this. Doing that. Ooh. Maybe too fast. this whole thing. So what happens if I slow it? Oh, that worked. That worked. And then next signal through. Okay, so this just makes the lights flicker when activated. Okay. Is there any way that I could make this stop flickering the lights? If I give it maybe a it's when this extends and it stops, right? Yeah. But that sets off that whole thing. So it's when this extends, it stops. Okay. So it'll be two signals. That one turns the whole thing on, makes all lights flicker. But I need a second one to turn it off. And this is while the lights are off. What if I just turn the light on? Okay. And then I turn it off. And it starts flickering. Okay. Okay. So just leave them on. Leave the lights on. Ooh, how would this work with a daylight sensor? I had one of those, so I was thinking of doing something like this with it. But, you know. So now that is on, because it's day. Turn it off. Doesn't have enough signal. There you go. It's on because it's day. Turn it off. And it starts flickering. Ah. Nice. Okay. I'm going to let that do its thing naturally. So I am getting somewhere. Okay, but I need... I need more lights. So, where else in here needs them? This long stretch here. There's more light over here. And I kind of want all of those to have their own timing. So that will not power one. This powers 3 of them. That will power 1. Okay. I need to just break off from here. Alright, and power all these. Like so. That's fine, I'm gonna have computers. So that one will be powered first. This. Slow that down, and then slow slightly, and then something like that, right? Is my daylight sensor not working? Hold on. Turn it the other way. So it's when it turns from night to day that it, right? That means detecting sunlight, so that's off. Okay. Can I reverse that? I need it to be the other way so it flickers at night. That I can at least see what this does over here. Okay, yeah, that's nice. Let's look from the inside. Okay. I need... Well, if I place down the daylight sensor and flick it like that, now when it flicks, yeah, okay. If I place down the sensor to be that, no, okay. It only turns on at night. Well, I don't know how these things work. I see that. Okay. What other redstone components do I have to play with? I need to stop this. It's getting annoying. That's just adding unnecessary things and making it loud. Well, very loud. There's no way I could reverse a daylight sensor to... Is there? Can you? I want it to not produce signal at night. I want it to produce signal during the day. The way it's just like, as long as that is off, it works. So I guess I could just put it whenever you try to turn off the lights, but why would you do that when it's nighttime? Maybe when you go to leave the door. That'd be hard to hook up and not be seen. So you'd have to have the lever, you know, like right here for the iron door. And then you have to flick it. And then you have to get that to go to somewhere. The trap chest can't stay open. I don't know, maybe if I reverse how my thing works, then I could do this. So I need for... Yeah, okay. So I'd need for this block to always be right here. Okay? So that the lights stay on, right? Okay. But I'd need for this to... How would this work if I put target block here and do that? Oh wait, hold on. Target block from that. Oh wait, that's always that. Okay. How's it work right now? Okay. So I'd need this to then do that, but I don't think this. Okay, what's how would that do? I still wouldn't do it. Then yeah, that still doesn't. So that makes that powered. Turn the light off. That just makes the lights always powered. But flicking it makes it flicker a little bit, but that's not what I want. And this is still relying on the circuit being not powered. I want it to be when the circuit is powered. Hold on. So when everything here, just gonna redo what I did. Okay. And where was this one? This one was right there to extend to there, which goes to that. Which when I turn this off, you saw that go. Okay. So I need for when this how do I make a toggle switch? So if I can just make that one piston toggle with this same thing when this is not powered. When this line here is not powered, well, that doesn't serve a purpose. I need this to be forward when not powered. So how do I do that? Have that there. Oh wait, hold on. I think I know. So then I would need to move this back a little bit so that I can put that there. So now there's that. And when this is powered, I broke something. Ah, yes, because this is not making any sort of connection. So lights are on. Lights are off. Because that one piston is not connected to anything. I do this. Lights always stay on. Okay. Wait a minute, is this even how this is? So that means lights are off. Well, they both mean lights are off. I want... Wait a minute. This means lights off. Does it depend on the time of day that you place the thing then? Okay, well I can stop trying to do this and just rebuild what I had. I think. So then it was... This goes... Right. Oh, whatever. I just gonna do that. Hold on. So I don't need that anymore. What I need is a piston to push this when the opposite thing is given. I do that. Put this here. Lights off. Need this here. For that, yes. How did I do this? So when this pulls back, it was... Oh wow, how did I do this? I have no clue. How did I make them start to flicker? I'll just rebuild some of that setup maybe so I can remember. Oop, nope, don't want to move that. So it was then back more, wasn't it? I don't know if this really matters. Put that there. It's here. That turns the lights on. Turn the lights off. There's that. Lights on. Okay, I'm really not sure what I did. But I want this to mean lights off, so I can do that there. And figure out the rest. Oh, maybe this was the key to all of it. Hold on. So, the lights are on. This would mean night. What's it doing here? So this would mean it's nighttime, right? Or This means it's daytime. And then at nighttime, do that again. And at nighttime, I am not sure how I managed to figure out how to make that. Maybe if I just change it really quickly, it'll do it. Hold on. Something is like constantly being powered over here because of this. But I need that. Well, this, hold on, why is this not turn off anymore? Get rid of that. Okay, the lights are now off, because it's the day. This is what I want during the day. Got it. But then when I want this to go to the night, and that is off, turn the lights on. Okay, but I need this to have a signal. So maybe this one, I need to have a signal that carries. Okay. So let's turn that off for now and use a lever instead. Okay. I need a signal to carry to here. Does that work? Turn this off. It's now day. Or no, that's not what that means. Hold on. It means it's night. It means it's day, but I need it to be like I need that to retract briefly and then go back. So if I no. Alright, hold on. Oh yeah, I figured it out. Okay. So, turn the lights on, I guess, but I think it still works the opposite way that I want it to. But maybe I can change the daylight sensor thing to work right. So this should be it at night, okay? There we go. Was that working right? I just wasn't paying attention when it turned night. Or did I, was I just not doing something? Okay. Quite liking it. But I still need to do a lot of work. Like, for instance, I need walls to like each room. Doorway, that's the entrance. Partition off here. I can probably just do this really quick before I end the video. And then, yeah, even one here. Door right here. And then add another 2 lights, so a few lights to the circuit. Here and here. Shouldn't be difficult. So I can just take off from this one. And then move that next to actually, yeah, we'll go to that light next. And then from here, I take another this one. That one goes there. Oh, okay, 4 is just too slow. 3 works. Okay, then let me set that one back. 1, and then this one back. 1 as well. Do that. Oh, hold on. Oh, never mind, that doesn't work. So now all the lights flicker at night. That one stays on, which I will fix right here. Okay. Should be that. But something like that. Oh, they stay on. Or not. Okay. But yeah. All the lights flicker. Which is, I like it. Decent success for the first hour of work. Just figuring out how to make a light work. And I probably did not do this in the optimal way. But what does that matter?